Well, holy jumping fucking shitballs, folks. How in the fuck are ya? It's your boy here, Jagger107. We're starting up a new game. And I'm going to go back to my, probably my favorite type of game, which is RPGs. We have before us Divinity Original Sin 2. And you can see here it's the definitive edition on the PS4. You may remember some time ago I started up 2 or 3 different games or different save files of playing the original Divinity Original Sin, the first one. I still do have that game. I don't know why I haven't really gotten around to finishing it. I don't know. But either way, the second game does not really share the same story. The stories of the two games are completely different. So you don't have to have finished the first game in order to understand the second one, or the story in the second one. They're completely separate stories, separate characters. I don't even think they take place in the same place. It might be the same world, but it doesn't seem like it's the same place. Either way. You can do online multiplayer with up to 4 players. And it's kind of a shame I don't have any friends to play this with, because I have a feeling that it would be really fun. But not for a rigorous challenge. Well, that sounds about right. Explorer mode. You prefer a fair but forgiving adventure that rewards clever thinking in and out of battle. Not so much. Classic and Technician. I think we're just going to go for story mode. Yes, as you can see, these the loading screen here, these are the different selection of characters. Now, of course, you can create your own custom character, but they also give you the option of picking one of these predetermined kind of characters to play as. And some of them are actually kind of interesting. You've got the bony boy in the back, Mr. Skellyman. Character creation. Screen, you can select an origin character or create a custom hero. Understood. Oh, and you have to hold it. Yeah, I got you. The Red Prince is one of these things. Origin characters have a rich personal background, custom stories, and unique... And it didn't even let me finish reading that. Oh, yes. And she's one of the elven characters who have ridiculously long necks. And also, if you get their clothes off, their skin and their bodies look really, really weird, too. You know, they got the stack of dimes neck going on here. Ifen Ben Mezd? Beast. He's a dwarf with an eye patch. Lowe's. As I recall correctly, this is the character. Number 1, she looks like Becky Lynch from the WWE. Her origin story is that she's somewhat of a bard type of character, which is dumb because bard is not a character class that you're allowed to take, which, once again, is something that I would like to mention. I really hate the fact that most of these RPGs, specifically like MMORPGs, do not use the bard character class. as one of their options. You know, you have your standard fighter, wizard, uh, thief, ranger, archer, what are they called? Rogue type characters. You have that. You have your big, like barbarian kind of big muscly tank. You've got your wizard, your spellcasters, your ranged characters, archers, and things like that. Ranged characters, your spellcasters, your tanks. They usually have some form of like a cleric or a paladin kind of character, the kind of holy man or woman, whatever. The type of holy character who's, they get their power from the gods. You got characters like that, but they never really use a bard kind of character. Most MMORPGs, and RPGs in general for that matter. You might find it in a couple games here and there, but usually you don't, and it kind of sucks. Yes, it says she's a musician, performer, star, and host to all manner of disembodied visitors. Now one dark voice has silenced them all and aims to claim your body for itself. Fane, Mr. Bony Boy here. Woke up and your world was gone, the last of your kind. You hide behind a charmed mask, searching for the truth about a history that no one knew existed. Yes. Custom now. Custom elf. Custom human. Custom lizard. Yes, there's lizard people. Undead dwarf. Undead elf. Undead human. Undead lizard even. And then we loop back to the pre-created characters. I'm going to go with a human. Oh. And battle mage. See, what I'm kind of wanting to do with this is conjurer, enchanter, fighter, sword and shield. I don't know if I should just go with my standard fighter guy, but that's kind of boring. A knight, a metamorph. He's got him a nice trident there. Ranger, rogue, shadow blade, which would be something like an assassin, thief kind of character probably. Wayfarer. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. Witch, spellcasting, wizard. Battle mage. I'm thinking battle mage might be what I'm looking for. Because, although it doesn't really matter, because another thing that I really liked about the Divinity games, or at least Original Sin 1 and 2, is your starting build preset is really just kind of like a guideline. You can kind of build your character any way that you want. So you can end up having a lot of different magic you can end up with a lot of different magic spells, a lot of different skills, and stuff that's like outside of the character class that you started with. You know, they kind of just let you go wherever you want, essentially. You have access to all the different skills. It's, where you put your points what determines your character. But I think Battle Mage is kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a guy who can do melee combat, but can also do spells. Um, Cleric would also probably be a decent idea because of, like, healing. I don't know. See, because what I want to kind of do with this build, and I did it with the first Original Sin game, was I was kind of trying to do like a role play as Elric of Melniboné. Character that most people these days aren't too familiar with, you know. Basically, the TLDR version is, you know, the Witcher games? They were basically complete rip-offs of the Elric. Well, not the games so much. It was more the novels that the games were based on. The entire character of Geralt is basically a complete rip-off of Elric. The characters look almost identical. They have virtually identical powers, skills, backgrounds. It's, you know, it's stupid that the Witcher series has been allowed to exist when it is such a friggin' ripoff. And the Witcher games suck. I'm just gonna say it right now. They fucking suck. I played The Witcher 3, whatever the fuck, Wild Hunt or whatever it was called, and I hated it. So... let's go with that. Okay, and we can customize the face. See, the thing is, Elric should be an elf, but the elves in this game look so stupid. I'm not gonna bother with that. Actually, I think that face right there would probably be about right. His facial hair, he doesn't have any facial hair. He's basically clean shaven. Kind of boring. Hairstyle, he has long hair. That's probably about right. But we'll see if there's anything better. Okay, well, he doesn't have dreads. Oh, and there are what they call gift bags, which are essentially mods to the game that the developers have kind of added as official mods. And these are things that, I believe it was 6. Yes. The long... Yes. Skin color. Okay, I need pale. Very pale. Alabaster. That's probably about pale as right. Hair color. Tailor. Weaver. I just need white. Can I just get white? Just white hair. And I can't, like, zoom in. That's pretty much white. Voice warrior. How do I preview?
Prepare yourself.
Greet the Reaper for me.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
Huh.
Nice try.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
Glory is mine.
I'll yield to none.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
I'll yield to none.
Try again.
I think the warrior one would probably be the
Nice
best.
try.
They don't have anything that would be more as like an aristocrat kind of thing.
Prepare yourself.
Glory is mine.
Scholar is probably the only thing
Try again.
close. You know what? I think I'll go with scholar.
I'm ready.
Almost got me that time.
That's probably good. Okay. Preset. Persuasion +1. Warfare, Aerotheurge. Aerotheurge is one of the schools of magic. I believe it's manipulation of air, essentially. You have Aerotheurge, you have Hydrotheurge, or something like that, which is like water magic. There's one for Earth. I've got these skills here. Shocking Touch. Battering Ram. Blinding Radiance. I'm gonna have to customize this stuff. Attribute panel shows primary stats. You can spend points in after you level up. Primary stats have a direct influence on secondary skills. Yep. Spending points on combat abilities generally increases the damage you do in the skill schools you invest in. However, there are other benefits as well. Read the descriptions of the skill schools to fully understand what the invested points do. Another thing that I really like about these games, the Divinity Original Sin games, is they have very deep, detailed character creation and like role-playing skills and character traits and things like that. There's a lot of stuff for you to go through and customize when you first create your character, and it's all really good. Yes. Now, another bit of explanation on the Elric character for those who don't know. Elric is... he's known as, you know, kind of light elemental sorcery, as well as one hell of a swordsman. You know, again, very much like Geralt from The Witcher. You know, he's got his sword and he's got magic that he can use. Finesse-based damage, which is more like archery and, you know, ranged weapons. Strength is more the melee weapons, as well as the weight you can lift. The weight you can lift. I don't know if that has to do with how much stuff you can actually carry in your inventory. Intelligence determines magic damage. Constitution, the amount of character's vitality, which is your health, of course. That's one of the things about Elric. He's kind of known as, unfortunately, having a kind of weak constitution. He's an albino, and he has, like, thin blood. So there are times when his strength fails him, he gets weak, and he needs these, mutagens and different alchemical like concoctions, potions and things like that to sustain his strength. And even these like occult bloodletting rituals It's very interesting, but his strength, I don't know about that. Memory, the number of skills a character can remember at once. High wits allows for detection of the extraordinary. And I really don't want to lower my constitution all that much because that means you have less health points. But it fits the character, so... Combat abilities, warfare. Increases all physical damage you deal. Physical attacks deal plus 5 more damage. Yes, he's a very good swordsman. He is known as just one of the best swordsmen, and he wields an incredibly powerful sword. Those who have played the Elder Scrolls games, both Oblivion and Skyrim, you will remember, well, if you've played the quest, you will remember finding the... I'm trying to remember the name of the sword. Umbra. There was a sword in the game called Umbra. It was a black sword. It was supposed to be made out of, like, obsidian or some shit like that. And it was magical. It basically had the effect of stealing the souls of any enemies that you hit with it. That sword is based on Elric's most famous sword that he wields, which is called Stormbringer. It's a black sword with magical runes down the blade that steals the souls of the people he kills with it. And it's incredibly powerful. Not only does it steal souls, it supplements Elric's own strength. And it also kind of has a drawback as it kind of feeds off of him in a way. It makes him stronger, but it also kind of makes him weaker at the same time. It's hard to explain. But, yes, warfare, it would be something that he would have. Arrow Theurge. Increases all air damage you deal. Yeah, so it's magic that manipulates the air. Yeah, Geomancer is like earth magic. Necromancy, of course, is manipulation of the dead. Necromancer heals you whenever you deal damage directly to vitality. That's interesting. Summoning, you can summon, magic to summon creatures. Polymorph is changing yourself, of course, into other forms, which, to my knowledge, Elric doesn't know any of that, so... Hydrosophist is water magic. Pyrokinetic is fire magic, of course. Scoundrel is thieving abilities, things like stealing, pickpocketing, probably stealth, stuff like that. Huntsman is like archery, things like that. So, warfare is definitely a good thing for him to have. Air magic, necromancy, summoning. He would probably have, like, all of these magic things, aside from possibly the polymorph. I'm gonna go with pyrokinetic. Because I want to light stuff on fire, bro! Okay. Civil abilities are non-combat abilities. They come in handy when you are not solving a situation through conflict. Yeah. Craftsmanship, you have telekinesis and lore master. Nasty deeds, sneaking and thievery. Personality, bartering, persuasion, and lucky charm. And you, apparently only have... Oh. Bartering. Oh. Bartering, you get that through just being a human. So I already have that. Persuasion. Characters to do your bidding in dialogues and increases how much characters like you. I don't know if he would really have that. Telekinesis allows you to move items telepathically regardless of weight. Yes, you can actually move items in the environment. And this can be very helpful. I will end up getting that at some point, just to have it because it's very useful. Lore Master is the identification of enemies and items. So again, if you remember back to when I played the original game, you come across items sometimes that are unidentified. And if you've played like Diablo or any of the Torchlight games, it's the same kind of concept. You come across items that are unidentified and you need to identify them so you know what they are and what they do. Weapons, pieces of armor, things like that. Having the Lore Master skill, you can do it yourself if you have a high enough skill in it, or you will have to take it to somebody who can identify it for you, and you'll probably end up paying an arm and a leg for it, but yeah. Sneaking, of course, is stealth. Increasing this ability shrinks NPC sight cones and improves your movement speed while sneaking. And thievery improves your lockpicking and pickpocketing skills. To pick locks, use a lockpick or the context menu of a door or container. To pickpocket, interact with a character while sneaking. So those two things kind of go in tandem. Personal Lucky Charm. Lucky Charm increases your likelihood of finding extra treasure wherever loot is stashed. Well, that would also come in handy. Again, I will probably end up getting all of these skills at some point, just to have them, because being able to sneak and thieve... Well, maybe not the thievery, I don't know. Well, really it's just for lockpicking, because being able to lockpick is helpful. The Lore Master and Telekinesis, yeah, definitely be getting those at some point. But we're gonna... Persuasion, yeah. And then skills. Battering Ram. Rush forward in a straight line to a designated point, hitting all enemies in your path with 30 of 35 physical damage and setting knockdown. Set knockdown for 1 turn's damage is based on your basic attack and receives a bonus from strength. Resisted by physical armor, requires Warfare 1, requires a melee weapon, 12-meter range. Yeah, we could use that. Searing Daggers. Shoot 3 flaming daggers at targets of your choice, each creating a fire surface and dealing 3 to 5 fire damage. That's not a lot. Set Burning for 2 turns. Damage is based on your level and receives bonus from intelligence. Yes, the combat in the game is turn-based, so it's kind of the slow and plodding combat. I'm not a big fan of it, but, you know, it's at least bearable. Ignition. Sets enemy characters around you on fire. Deals 5 to 7 fire damage to each. Ignites all susceptible surfaces. Set Burning for 2 turns. Damage is based on your level and receives bonus from intelligence. Peace of Mind. Target gains Clear-Minded, which increases strength, finesse, and intelligence by 1 and wits by 1. Removes blinded, terrified, charmed, taunted, sleeping, enraged, and mad. Interesting. Haste. Sets hasted on target character. Haste increases movement speed by 2 meters per AP and gives an additional 1 AP per turn. That's the other thing. The combat is based on action points. You only have so many per turn, so you're limited in what you can do. Clears slowed and crippled. Okay, Crippling Blow. 68 to 80 physical damage. The crippling blow, possibly. Smash your weapon into the ground, knocking down non-allied characters in front of you. Hitting them for 36 to 42 physical damage. Also clears non-cursed surfaces and clouds. Clears clouds. That could actually be useful because you can come across clouds of like elemental stuff. Usually it's like clouds of poison. And if I can use this to clear that, that would be handy. Bouncing shield, throw your shield. Elric doesn't use a fucking shield, so we won't be needing that. Let's get that one. And the battering ram. Searing daggers. Let's get the searing daggers. Peace of Mind is a pyrokinetic move. That doesn't... And so is haste. Either way. So we've got our stuff set up. Intelligence determines magic damage. Oh, magic. Yes, he's got magic, so yeah. I'll be leveling these up as much as I can, so... Okay. Talents. Determine a character's unique features. Select talents to complement a character's abilities and attributes. Yes. Ingenious. Gives you 5% bonus critical chance and 10% extra critical multiplier. Thrifty. Gives you +1 to bartering. Oh, that's probably where I got the +1 to bartering then. Combat Kid. Once per combat, if an enemy lands a fatal blow, Combat Kid will help you bounce back to life with 20% health. If you die and are resurrected in combat, Combat Kid will be available again. Ambidextrous. Reduces the cost of using grenades and scrolls by 1 AP when your offhand is free. Arrow Recovery. Gives you 33% chance to recover a special arrow after shooting it. Demon. Character with Demon has an extra 15% fire resistance, but takes a 15% penalty to water resistance. Additionally, the maximum fire resistance is raised by 10. Ha. Elemental Affinity. Lowers the action point cost of spells by 1 when standing in a surface of the same element. Well, that's nifty. Executioner gives you 2 extra action points after dealing a killing blow once per turn. Also interesting. Far Out Man increases the range of skills and scrolls by 2 meters. Does not affect melee and touch range skills. 5-star Diner. Doubles the effects of food and potions. With Glass Cannon, you start every combat round with maximum AP, but magic and physical armor do not protect you from statuses. Gorilla. While sneaking, Gorilla increases attack damage by 40%. Also reduces cost of entering sneak mode by 1 AP. Hothead. While you are at maximum vitality, Hothead grants you an extra 10% critical chance and 10% more accuracy. Leech. Heals you when standing in blood. Now that one can be quite useful, obviously, because a lot of the see, I'd actually kind of like to have that one because I don't know, it just kind of seems fitting. Living Armor. Adds 35% of all healing you receive by skills or consumables to your magic armor. Lone Wolf provides +2 max AP, +2 recovery AP, +30% vitality, +60% physical armor, +60% magic armor, and doubles invested points in attributes up to a maximum of 40, and combat abilities except polymorph ability up to a maximum of 10, while you are adventuring solo or with at most one companion. This bonus is temporarily removed while there are more than 2 members in the current party. Incompatible with Glass Cannon. Now, this one is actually probably very fitting for Elric because he doesn't really... He is kind of a lone wolf. He does have companions that he travels with sometimes, but he usually doesn't travel with companions very much. Usually he is the lone wolf type. Mnemonic gives you 3 extra points in your memory attribute. Morning person. When resurrected, you resurrect to full health. Okay. Opportunist gives you the ability to perform attacks of opportunity. Parry Master gives you 10% dodging while dual wielding. Pet Pal enables you to talk to animals. I'll probably end up getting that at some point anyways because it's quite useful. Picture of Health gives you extra vitality, 3% for every point in warfare. Savage Sortilege gives all magical skills a critical chance equal to your critical chance score. Slingshot adds an extra 5-meter range to your grenade throws. Stench decreases everyone's attitude toward you by 25%, but melee opponents find you less attractive in combat. Torturer. Certain statuses caused by you are no longer blocked by magic or physical armor, and their duration is extended by 1 turn. Burning, Poison, Bleeding, Necrofire, Acid, Suffocating, Entangled, Death Wish, and Ruptured Tendons are affected by this talent. Unstable makes you explode in a bloody cloud when you die, dealing 50% of your vitality as physical damage in a 3-meter radius. Why the fuck would I want that? That would basically make it impossible for you to be resurrected. Walk it off. Reduces all status durations by 1 turn, including positive statuses. Does not affect statuses with a duration of 1 turn. What a rush. Increases your recovery and maximum action points by 1 when your health is below 50%. And then from here, all the ones require a higher level or skills that we don't have. Oh, not a whole lot of them. Okay, so the comeback kid. What did I want? Oh, the leech, standing in blood. Or the lone wolf. We'll go with the lone wolf. Okay, so there's the talents. Tags determine what options are available to you in dialogue and how the world reacts to your party members. Custom characters have race, gender, and background tags. Origin characters have unique origin tags. Well, that's neat. Mystic, Noble, Outlaw, Scholar, Soldier. Well, the thing about Elric is one of the main and only differences between Elric and Geralt from the Witcher series is Elric is actually an emperor of his nation that he comes from, Melniboné. And he is definitely a noble of that sense. Outlaw is also kind of fitting. Mystic, possibly. I don't know. Male, human. I can't get rid of the human tag. Because technically he's, well... he's more like an elf but not the elves that are in this game. Uh, his race is Melnibonéan. That's the race. But they basically look like elves. Pale or bluish kind of skin, whitish hair. Uh, they also live for like a really long time, like most elven races in other fantasy settings. Um, so noble, and I can have one other tag. Outlaw, mystic, soldier. Scholar. I guess we'll go with mystic. Mystic and noble. And then instruments. Select your origin instrument. It will take the lead in the music during fights. Okay. Cello. Oh, those are the only four? That kind of sucks. A tambura is kind of like a lute or a guitar. Of course, so is the ode. And then a cello is a cello. It's like a bass kind of violin in a way. Bansarai is what looks like some kind of a flute. Let's go with the cello. No. So is that it then? I've picked tags, I've picked talents, the preset, battle mage, strength, intelligence, and wits +2. Oh. So... we pick the combat abilities, civil abilities, skills, the appearance, the origin, oh. I can't take off ingenious or thrifty, otherwise I would. So, I guess that's it then. Now, let's finally get into this game, shall we? Now that took us almost a friggin' hour. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat yet, probably not.
It all happened like I knew it would.
Nah.
A single drop of source magic.
Yeah.
And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared. And sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Title card. Okay. So I don't know who that character was that was talking to us. She said she became part of our story. Don't really know what that's supposed to mean either, but I'm sure we're gonna find out.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry. The sedative will wear off soon enough.
Yeah.
Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
Sure. Well, since it's gonna let me out of my shackles and stuff here, I'm kind of, yeah, shackled to this table. Okay.
So it wasn't a dream after all.
Oh goody, there's a skull sitting on this grinning skull.
Not a very chatty fellow, are you? Not a very chatty fellow, are you?
Huh. Operating tables. Medical cabinet, nothing inside. Don't know what the levers do. Ball and chain.
Junk.
Junk. Okay. Okay, we're gonna take up this bucket. Yeah. Okay, yes. You hold the right trigger to bring up this menu. And then you use the left analog stick to make your selection of what you want to go into. And then you release the trigger to go into it. This is the inventory. Everything you pick up is stored here. Blah, 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 blah. We got a potion. We got a resurrection scroll, fireball scroll, a backpack, and a bucket. More ball and chain. Desk. There's gold, which we shall take. Candle holder. Don't know where he's walking to. Oh, you come at it from behind. There's a candle over here. Can I take the candle? Pick up. Yeah. I have a feeling I could use a candle at some point. May come in handy. Another bucket. You may also be wondering why I'm picking up these buckets. They're going to become important later on. Toppled crate is blocking the doorway. Face the crate and press square to bring up the action menu. Select move to move the crate out of the doorway. Yes, you can move things. You can also search these crates. Unfortunately, they don't have anything in them. Move to over there, if you would, please. Candle holder. Door.
An animal sty. Freight or food.
Has open. I'll take those eggs, thanks. Another bucket. This one has water in it. A barrel. Some more money in it. A sack. Oh. Can be opened. Another bucket. A box. Well, I don't know. I might need the box. Another candle. Another bucket. Advanced selection cycling. I know how to do that. More money. And that vase. It has a key, which I shall take. Another bucket. Open the sack, nothing in it.
Did you expect a needle? Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully.
Understand what this animal is trying
Her
to say. If you
rectangular
had the
eyes
pet
like
pal talent, you
letterboxes
could
to
have a
void.
meaningful
With
conversation.
one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
Ah, she kicked me in the shin. Yeah. Use the key on that thing there. Active search. To easily pick up many objects around you, hold X to create an active search area. Oh. Well, I want the food. Oop. Minor healing potion. Letter. To read a book or parchment, open your inventory, select it, and yeah. Oh. Well, if I'm going to, sit here and read things, I might as well. Box. It doesn't have any. Okay. Letter. Orders from the guard steward important. It's come to my attention again that several of you are bypassing the cargo hold security measures by sliding boxes onto the pressure plates. This will not do. The purpose of these measures is to require the presence of at least 3 magisters at a change of shift. Any deviation will result in at least one magister getting thrown overboard. Make sure it isn't you. Actions. Hold in hand. Yes, you can place objects into containers. Yeah. This is kind of a really tedious feature of the game. I really wish that they had fixed this from the original Sin game, because it was annoying then and it's annoying now. In order to put things in containers, you have to hold it in your hand and then you can put it in there, which means you can only do these things one at a time. It's a pain in the ass. Ooh. Yes. Ooh, another box. Ooh.
This floor plate triggered something.
Barrel, a pocket knife. Well, I should have to equip that. Okay. Move the barrel over here onto this pressure plate. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. Oh. Oh. Wrong button. Wrong button. Inventory. The box. Actions. Drop item. There. Now, I can take the box, and move it onto the pressure plate. Boom. And that opens up the door. Slowed. Stepped in oil. Oil surfaces can slow you down and can also be ignited. Every surface has its own effects. Yes. I don't know walking through oil would make you... Oil barrel. Oh. Okay, I'm encumbered, so... Oh no, not crafting. Didn't mean to do that. Drop that. We don't need to hold that. Pick up the bucket. Barrel. Lockpicks. That'll be useful. Yeah, I know how to... Lockpicks. Got it. Just chill. Try to open it, but it's locked. Actions. I could try and pick the lock, but... There. This guy here appears to be sawing logs. Now, hold on. Equipment. Upgrade your equipment when you can. Select a slot and press X to view suitable gear in your inventory. Yes. We'll equip the pocket knife since it's the only thing we got, really. Ain't really got anything else in the way of Magister Renard. Actions. Well, I'm just gonna leave him alone because I don't think I don't have skill in picking locks, so... Hey, it worked! Sweet! Bottle rack. Empty bottle potions. Well, they'll come in handy. We can craft things and put them in there. And that'll be helpful. Crate with lockpicks and a raw slice of meat. Effects unknown. Well, I'm pretty sure after cooking it... Oh, wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. Chandelier. Medical. Empty. Oh. Well, that blows. Minor healing potion. Candles. Bed. Healing potion. Pick up the candle. Ah! Here be the standing pile of Hubert's Encyclopedia Volume 10, The Search for Divinity. Okay. Igniting poison. Move a candle into the poison surface or set it on fire to blow up the door. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. Can't interact with the, Well, hold on now. No. Skill. Searing daggers. At the barrel. There. Yes. Whoa. Yes. And then that burns off the poison, and it's all gone.
Not the most elegant solution, was it?
Not the most elegant solution. Move the carpet. Ow, what the hell? I thought all the poison dissipated. A deck of cards. Okay, I didn't ask for the toggle. Am I still poisoned? Yeah. Oh, another deck of cards. Well.
And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, I know. But we ain't done yet. Because there's stuff we can get. And there's people that we can... Oh, damn it, I stepped in the fucking poison again. It's a good thing I picked up a couple of... Using a bed allows wounded characters to heal over time. Yes. Yeah. Now, I don't know.
The Magister Guard snorts and sniffles as he sleeps. You're almost impressed that one man can make such a phlegmy racket.
Boop the guard's nose. I don't have any money. No, I do have 33. Star represents the trader's attitude towards you. The higher their attitude, the better their prices. You can raise the character's trader's supplies, blah 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 blah. Surprised I can actually trade with this guy, being that he's asleep. Donate, barter, buyback, buy.
Is my shift over? Are you here to relieve me? Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounger? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face.
Okay. Wits persuasion. Salute him and say his superior sent you. He's to report to the upper deck. Yelling coming from above. He needs to get up there. Laugh and tell him one of the guards on the upper deck fell overboard. He should check it out. Check for a fight, and he's your mark. I do have bonus to wits. Persuasion success.
And it's about time too. The lads and lasses up there are getting lazy. Figures they'd send one of you sorcerers down. They can barely be chuffed to wiggle a single toe. Can't just leave the prisoner alone though. I heard he might be the one causing trouble upstairs.
Keep an eye on the prisoner. He won't dare cross you. My strength is a little bit higher, yeah. Remark on the sturdiness of the cell bars. The prisoner's not going anywhere. Speak both later days as a prison warden. The guard can go ahead. You got this. There you go again.
That's all I needed to hear. Just don't let that caged rascal fool you. You can't trust him as far as you can throw him.
Yeah, whatever. Get up, take a hike. Pick the lock here. Unlocked. Sweet. A bowl, a mattress, another bucket, which we'll take. Another ball and chain. Can't reach. Well, that's nice. Hemwar.
Hey! Let me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in? Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here. Set me free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think.
Not sure what you mean. Set me free. I'm already free right now.
A gentleman among jesters, you are. Give that lever a pull, and I guarantee we'll both get something out of the deal.
Yeah, that's gonna come in handy.
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his eyes rest on yours.
Ah, freedom. Tastes better than wine. I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lad. Say your prayers while you've breath to speak them. The halls await.
Combat is played in rounds. I know how to do it. From left to right, the order. Uh-huh. Oh, attack and movement. Yeah, he uses one. Fireball scroll.
He had
There.
to gain by killing me. Strange forces are at work.
Yeah, well, he dead, so I don't give a shit. And we'll wait for the fire to die down. And I even need to wait for the smoke to die down because you can choke on the smoke. Some of the stuff is still on fire. Sadly, dude was basically incinerated by that blast, so there may not be much left on his corpse. Fuck it. I'll take that, though. There's a bowl. Loot. Nothing. Ooh, man. Ooh, man. He got fucked up real bad. Yeah, like I said, probably not much on him, but probably wasn't going to be much on him anyways. So... Ooh, electric discharge scroll. I'll swipe that as well. Yes. These oil and barrels and things. Okay. I just have to. Oof. Okay. I have a knife equipped. I don't see it in my hands. Maybe it only comes up during combat. Well, oh well. Oh yeah, and as I remember correctly, there's another... There. That should burn off the rest of that poison that I kept getting hit by. go. Alrighty then. I think we've done pretty much everything we can here. Nicked all the loot. These ball and chains that we can't do anything with. Ooh, hold on. A candle. Let me take that, thanks. Yes, leave the tutorial deck. Okay. Oof. Okay. So let's continue on here. Row of books. Nothing.
Empty.
Empty. Grotesque jar. Okay. Some money. Bottle rack. A bucket. More bottles. Small tome.
Empty.
Empty. Mortar and pestle. A lid. More laboratory stuff. I don't see us needing that, so. But the pot still. I don't know. That may become useful at some point.
Everything's spick and span. Nothing left to do, really.
Deck of cards. Deck of playing cards with illustrations of royalty of Revlon's history. Yeah. More candles. Grotesque jar. Is that? Oh God! On second thoughts, best not gaze too long into this particular abyss. Small tub. We have too long. Source as a virtuous part of civil society, yet we need look no further into the past than the Source King's reign to understand the havoc such magics may wreak. One day another order must follow in the Source Hunter's footsteps. Sorcerers must be muted. The new model of Source collars provided by Redeman is proving most effective. Yes, in this world, there are different types of magic, and one of them is called source magic, and the people who wield them are called sorcerers. And sorcerers and source magic is very much feared and hated. In the original Sin game, you played as what they called a source hunter, which is a person kind of like a special variety of soldier that hunts sorcerers. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Oh. The mortar and pestle is useful because you can use it to mix different ingredients and things. We'll come up with that later, or I should say we'll have need for that later. Nothing in the barrel.
No marks, no indications of a struggle.
Another candle. Oh, and a jug. Oh, and a gold cup. Stack of books. Oh, here.
Empty.
Idiot. The candles, please. Thank you. Nothing in the books. Another barrel. Another log.
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say
Magister
so myself.
Suen. Hi.
There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
Yeah.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs.
Yeah.
You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Tags determine what options are available to you in dialogue and how the world reacts to your party members. Custom characters have race, gender, and background tags. Origin characters have unique origin tags. Yes, we already heard this. Mention that there was a little accident in the cargo deck. The prisoner's dead. Pull at the thing around your neck futilely. Demand to know why she collared you. Now that you're up, you'd like to bathe and dine. Tell her to ring for the servants. Say you had a long black dream about a ship sailing the river of the dead, but you're not dead, are you?
No. You're alive, and you're having a conversation. You are on a ship, of course, but luckily for us both, we're merely sailing the plain old sea.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
Yeah.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to sauce. For good. Is he? Oh, well. Some problems simply sort themselves, don't they?
Yeah.
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those sauce spells of yours? See what happens.
Do command it before your capture. Leash them. She might be playing a trick. Don't do it.
Oh, do go on. I won't hold it against you.
Yeah, it's probably one of those kind of
Promise.
collars where if you use any kind of source magic, it blows up and kills you, so...
My, aren't we a meek little lamb? Perhaps I needn't have collared you at all, though it does look darling on you. So let's just leave it on, shall we? Because to answer your question, what this collar does is this. It makes you unable to cast source.
Oh.
For
Okay.
your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
Whatever.
Good gods! There's been a murder here.
Keep your hands so I can see them. Bite me? Yeah, bite me. Anyways. Poetry book. Okay, so you don't want me... Hello? No.
Ugly sight, isn't it?
Yeah, your face is.
Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
Okay.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
Peer into the room and ask what happened.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them.
Yeah, right.
Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. You surprised? You're one of them. You know what sorcerers are capable of. Whoever did this found a way around their collar and killed a man. Small ones this time, thank the gods. We'll find out who did it, one way or another.
Okay.
A young magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
Okay. Nothing in there. A rope. Well, I can see how that might come in handy. Another potion bottle. The stairs are probably where we need to go next, but I don't care because I want to take more shit. Oh goody, there's kids over here too. A bedroll, I could probably use that. Use it to rest and heal your party. Yes. Kind of figured that would be helpful. Nothing in the sacks. Another stupid sheep. Oh, a metal crate, is it? That's nifty. Another bucket. Another rope. Probably come in handy. Some money I'll take. Another metal crate, nothing in it. Sibyl.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
Snake eyes. We all rolled snake eyes when we ended up here.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like. Rolling dice. Deciding fates.
In cow entrails as well.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no, but I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, you lay awake thinking of someone back home. A very special someone. You were reminiscing about the things you used to do together.
Oh.
Of course it is. The truth's right there, skin deep. But don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me.
Not really
I
much
don't
of a secret.
lick and tell. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Okay.
Never say never, though.
Yeah. Anyway. More candles to turn off. Why? No reason.
And I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Even Ben Mazet.
There has been a murder.
Magistar Victor.
Maybe that has the Magister's more concern than your
Don't you get saucy with me. When you
I'm
really
busy
don't
watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sub-story somewhere else.
Okay. Guard lick. Oh, that's on the other side of the wall. I ain't gonna be able to get to that. Now, if in Ben Mazed,
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
the Red
I'll give you that
Prince,
knuckle if you keep carrying on.
Namaya,
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off
Beast.
one
Can we just skip to the
Gil.
part where I reassure you and you shut up?
You think me
Oh,
mad?
another bucket. Oh, another bucket.
Insufferable, surely.
Bedroll.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Yeah, these are some of the pre-made characters. Water barrel.
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more
Bottle
appetizing
of beer.
things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
Mug of beer.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the
Open the sack. Nothing in.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't
Pick
you
up the
get
candle.
saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
It was one of them. I know it.
Fane. Magister paid.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
Oh boy.
Carrying on.
One of us
Holly,
wouldn't kill our own.
Trice,
They're picking us off one by one.
Sandy, Los. Oh yes, she was the bard performer lady. Turn off the thing.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
Ooh, a fish.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Okay.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Huh.
Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties. No.
No. Well,
The dead
there's a-
man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The Joy, I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself.
You care about is surviving Fort Joy.
Not interested in the son of the divine himself? I don't blame you one bit. But Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
Oh, yeah.
What are you conspiring about over there? You! What's your name?
Fuck off, that's what my name is.
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Gil. My name is none of your goddamn business. Whatever.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Okay.
Away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Okay. So these doors are locked. I could try picking them, but I imagine the stupid magisters wouldn't be too keen on me doing that.
Your kind always hung closest to our divine.
You've got this wolf on a leash.
Beast.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions.
Ooh.
He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, boy. You hear that?
The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
Sea sounds angry, like it's trying to capsize the ship.
The fellow cocks his ear, listening.
That isn't anger, it's...
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
anticipation. She senses something. I'd hold on to my breeches if I were you, mate.
Hold on to my breeches. Well, they're kind of mounted on my ass, so...
That's all you hear, though. Listen close. There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, boy. Good news. It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot? Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east.
Okay.
For my beard. That means if we've been travelling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
Reaching Fort Joy, you haven't heard anything good about the place.
No indeed, boy. But that ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, boy.
I've never dined on anything less than a dozen course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with custom.
About
You're one
Gil.
of them. A divine order loyal. They killed a sorcerer, you know. They'll hide the evidence well enough, but make no mistake.
Don't you get saucy
Okay.
with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Name?
It was one of them.
Well, you aren't here on my list. Scram, mate. We're trying to catch a killer here.
They don't care about us.
Okey-doke.
We're the cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own.
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
See if I'll do what?
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
What is he doing?
There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
Sure, probably.
Ah, music to my beleaguered stomach. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor?
I probably can't. These are like crafting things. Like, I can probably craft these things. I mean, given the right tools and whatnot. I don't know where this is going, but...
Oh, but to feel the caress of satin on my scarlet skin once more. A most satisfactory answer indeed. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after.
You're no stranger to combs, powders, and perfumes.
The very basics, then. I suppose that's a start. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we? As per your own testimony, you can cook, tailor, and groom. Well, that just about settles it. I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave.
He thinks you're his what now?
My slave, of course. Oh, but I see. Yes, I suppose it must take some time for the full extent of this honor to sink in.
You know.
Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over your duties once we reach Fort Joy. Now shoo!
Bite me, lizard boy. Okay, so where the hell am I supposed to go? I guess I can go talk to Becky Lynch over here.
Ah, there you are. Husband.
Husband?
Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this loser woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
Whose lows say she must have you confused with someone else. Look at the past full of dirty kids and say they seem well enough like brats to you. Sure.
How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeve refuses to be confused with anyone else. What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
Okay, yeah. Age-appropriate companions.
You presume right.
Okay. She knows anything about the murder that happened on the boat.
Nope. Trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
Okay. You ought to have a look around with you. You can watch each other's backs.
Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it.
Too soft.
You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
Yeah. That was one of the things in her backstory. She is like possessed or something, and it kind of takes over her sometimes. It's really weird. So, like, I've talked to pretty much everyone here. Formation. Oh yes, these Larian modifications. Turn off once activated. Animal empathy. Changes pet pal talent to grant maximum positive attitude in all conversations. Allows all player characters to talk to animals without having to spend a talent point. Let the reputation skill of your whole party help when you want to haggle for the best prices. Yeah. Combat randomizer. Okay, I'll pass on that one. Fort Joy Magic Mirror. Improved organization. Pet power. Just different skills depending on the base element used. Sorceress sundries. In each major hub you can now find a mysterious vendor selling exotic and potent artifacts. These artifacts can upgrade a character's own gear with immense power, bringing them up to the player's current level. Note that this is a persistent modification. Yes, sure. Endless runner. Find a new icon in your hotbar which you can use to toggle sprint on and off. Sprint increases your movement speed of your followers. Well, that sounds cool. Whatever, don't care. Saving. Taking its sweet ass time while saving. Okay. Didn't know it was going to load. There was also something that I bought. It was like $3, I think. But I'm going to have an animal companion once I get to this Fort Joy place. You learned a new skill. Fleetfoot. 24 items received, blah 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 blah. Holy crap, look at all this stuff. Gold cup. Shiny. Oops. Stupid thing. The poetry book. Rope. Bedrolls. More buckets. Bedrolls. Bottle of beer. Tools. Keep your tools tidy in one. Okay. Oh, there, I pulled out my weapons. Tools, arrows, bladed weapons, blunt weapons, grenades, and traps. Books. Oh. Boots and belts, armor, gems and jewelry. Okay, so I've got all these different bags that are labeled for different things. So... But they're not all that big, so... Quest items. It's a shame they don't automatically sort. Shields, skill books. Four Sisters Leal. Four sisters trading companies home for business. Weapon, not chopping down enemies like it used to. Armor dull and dented, have no fear. Sorcerer's sundries are here. New range of sorcerer's sundries. You can upgrade your weapons, equipment, and jewelry. Seek out our local Four Sisters representative in the Hollow Marshes, Driftwood, or Arcs today. Signed, blah blah blah. Okay.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
Fame.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and takes your hand, turning it this way and that, examining it from every angle. Finally, he pinches your skin, gently tugging at it.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
Black ring, it dwarfed everything that went before. The Black Ring. Well, that's kind of funny. Explaining the Riverland's history is the battle between Source and the Void, good and evil, light and darkness.
Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too full of it already. No, I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods.
My gods.
This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
Oh, part of the nature of the gods, but you don't have any sure answers.
Of course you don't have any useful information. Why did I expect anything else? Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book or respond to your questions.
So he's not interested. Okay, fine. How about this Magister guy?
It's a register, sir. Good, good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
Okay. He'd be fine. Call it like a dog and stuck in a ship's hold with a corpse and a murderer on the loose. Yeah.
He tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
Sorry you're upset, sir, but we all wear what we wear for a reason. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
So now I can go in here. We got 3 people standing down, staring at a guy here. Cupboard. Flower pot. That could come in handy. A requisition. Another requisition. And a note. Ink pot and quill.
You've got this wolf on a leash now.
Candle. Flower pot. They can adorn the inside of your backpack instead. Requisition. Pumpkin seed flour, 1 crate. Sunflower flour, 1 crate. Turnips, 3 crates. Cabbages, 1 crate. Human ale, 1/2 crate. Same thing. Few of them are in good spirits, especially the children. The others are sullen. Don't blame them, change is rough, but they'll make new friends sooner or later, and when we cure them for good, they'll be thanking us, not cursing. Well, most of them. That elf with the dice, that lone wolf, the creaky-voiced woman in the kitchen. Some folks won't get over it. Reckon they won't be first to get cured if they're ever cured at all. And the ink pot and quill.
Never thought you'd end up a prison convict.
Oh, right. Inventory. Action. Hold in hand. Oops.
Got this wolf on a leash now.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets you, we'll hang you right over the side of the ship with him.
Yeah. The flower pot. Okay. Ooh. Hello, food. I'll take all that food, thanks.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
Okay, so this must be the one in the kitchen that they were talking about, because I didn't recognize that one.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
Oh, Wendigo? Oh, goody. She was the one from the opening cutscene.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
Don't look at me, bitch. I ain't helping you.
Must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Oh, great. Okay. Okay. So that wasn't much of a fight. I don't know why that wouldn't just be a cutscene.
What's happened?
Well, shit. Broken source collar. Yeah, I'll take that money. Ooh. Rusty two-hander, sharp stone on stick, a hatchet. Well, I might as well take all of them because they'll be helpful at some point either way. The two-hander actually is a little bit up. Elric's alley. Yeah, there we go. Don't know what the point of the deck of cards. Candle. Another deck of cards. And a playing card. And another playing card. What's the point of opening these display cases if I can't? Oops, wrong button. I can't pick the lock? Boo! Boo!
between the turnips. Water? Why, for goodness sake? Oh.
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness.
Okay, so he's out.
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You can't see if he's living or dead. You hear a faint thud, thud, thud. He's alive, but only just.
Great. Ooh. Well, I ain't gonna leave these.
Ifan lies motionless, curled on the ground like an animal. Under his shaggy hair, you can see green eyes fluttering as if in a nightmare. A low whine escapes his lips. His eyes flicker open, but he doesn't register your presence at all.
Lucien? Lucien?
Ifan cries out, then his eyes fall closed again. No matter how...
Great, so he's not getting up. I'd really like to get into this room here. I don't know where the hell all of my freaking lockpicks went, or did I use them?
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
It's no use. Your words do not seem...
The dice roll darkly. They're rolling for me.
Okay. Source sound. Why are you touching them? Good question. More money. Will those intestines be any useful? I don't know. Set's diseased. I could throw them at somebody.
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, greyish-black clouds swirl through them.
No.
Okay. Stained shirt. Don't know if that's any better than what I had. Thin. Chunk of flesh. Elves can eat limbs to experience the memories of the person that limb once belonged to. Well, it's too bad I'm not a elf. Distinctive Amaduve. Okay.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound.
Some crimes are stealing, leave a crime scene. Nobody saw you commit the crime, they might become suspicious and blah blah blah. Well, I don't know what the hell we're doing hanging around here. I could use the stairs to go up, but I just don't really know what all to do. Let's use the stairs to go up.
God damn it! Need to get off this wreck and quick! Damn, that doesn't go well. Onwards and upwards!
Oh, forgery of a painting. Someone I never met. A package. What are these packages? They look big. Magister Swordsman. A cup of tea. More money. Very nice. Great. More money. A box. Dirty socks.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters!
Equipment. Stained shirt versus threadbare gown. Well, give me the stained shirt. This Sword Scholar cannot be unequipped. Unbreakable. Helmet, I got plenty of buckets, but they take -1 my initiative. Two-handed sword. Okay, this just leads to some stairs. Knight, nothing. Another swordsman. Skull.
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You don't recognize the symbol, but it's clearly warm. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb.
I'll pass on that, thanks. Money. Some more money. Oh, a bow. Well, that could come in handy at least.
The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood from its wet black nose and continues scratching. The dog notices you for the first time and snarls. The hairs on its back prickling as it lowers itself into a lunge.
Oh.
It sneezes suddenly and paws at its nose once more.
Can't smell. Can't breathe. Too much sauce. Too much. Too much. Please, make it stop.
The dog whines and continues pawing at its nose.
Okay. Desk. Money. Much beer. Ooh, a chest. Sharp piece of metal. Orange. Oil flask. We've got guards, magisters, whoever in there. Oh, it's locked. That's locked as well. Okay, well, I don't know how much stuff I'm going to be able to get really in there, although might be some decent stuff. Oh well, I say we just get the hell out of here. The ship is getting beat to hell. There's something in that room.
The moment you touch the door, your belly goes hollow and your skin goes pale. It doesn't budge.
Oh. Oh, there's a dude over there. That's a water barrel. At the fucking shit, I completely missed. Okay, okay, dummy, stop burning. That was good, friggin' dink. Okay, once again, and this time don't fucking hit yourself, you idiot. There. Water barrel to put out the flames. That must be another prisoner over there. I can see the collar around their neck. Come on, put out the smoke. I guess it doesn't matter. Priest Medwin. A key. Gold. Marking wares. Sell them in one batch of the trader. Well, that'll come in handy, I'm sure, but not right now. Skull marked key. Note. Death fog barrels have been locked down in storage. Stay out. You and Rick's both of them start fooling around down there. It'll be lights out. Okay. Fame.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead.
Oh,
the skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No, no, no! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid! No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
Something familiar about the way he holds that book.
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
Yes, indeed. It's the look of someone that wants to read the bloody book he's holding. Now, if you're really quite finished, I believe you have lifeboats to flee to.
He's the elf that was reading the book.
Please, I was no more an elf than you are those rags you're wearing. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form.
Oh.
A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands. Indeed, just as sensible as getting off a sinking ship and leaving a fellow to his business. I would say good day, but it seems quite likely that you're about to die a rather terrible death, so...
The skeleton shrugs casually and
Okay, anything else in the room that I can nick? Okay, well... It seems as though I have the key for this door.
The moment you touch the door, your belly goes hollow and your skin goes pale. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
Okay, that's a big fat nope. We're gonna get the fuck out of here now. Okay, bye-bye. I don't know what the hell all that was, but I think it's time for us to get off. Oh, shit. Okay. Series or hotbar, press triangle to open it, and blah, blah, blah. One of those. One of those. And it looks like there's some kind of poison around him, so I say... Yeah, there you go. It's my turn. They're on fire, so I really don't think I should be doing anything. Killed them now. Another fireball scroll. Well, that makes up for the one that I already had. Oosh. More money. Okay.
So much for a peaceful stroll.
Something just blew the goddamn hell up. Jesus. Laboratory key? Okay, well... There's a crate here. Oh, shit. Okay. Who is that? Oh, that's Lowe's. Okay, so all these people are now awake. Use that. Path is interrupted. One of you. Oh boy, all these guys are gonna go around and fight, and they're gonna...
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
let the games begin.
They who are about to triumph.
Molotov grenade. Ooh.
I've faced worse.
Shocking touch. Oh, we all dead then? Are they all dead then? We're all lumpy giblets. No, forget the stupid light, dummy. Okay, now there was something about a laboratory. Key. I don't think this is it. Okay. Skip it, let's just get out of here.
I hear something. It's Magister Siwan, the one who put on this.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth, soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture. Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. Blood pours out from around the bandage. Magister Siwan reaches out to you, her hand flailing. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
Crap. Okay. Should have just gotten the hell out of there. Ow.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan.
Okay. Loading Fort Joy. So we made it to Fort Joy after all. Okay. Can I get up?
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor?
I shall.
It seems something wanted me alive.
Yeah. Money. sight range indicator. Enemies ahead, try sneaking around or pressing down. If you walk into their sight range, you will be spotted and combat will start. Okay. Waypoint. Fleeing combat allows you to escape to any discovered waypoint. You can also quickly travel between waypoints. Okay. Oh, is this the waypoint?
I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
Somebody green over there, so... Tam?
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Why?
Oh, the world has become so dangerous.
I guess. But the people who put me here are human, and the people who took my parents away are human too. Or do you mean because I'm a... Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
Is that so is he?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy. No one cares where I go. They know I can't leave the island. It's nicer out here than inside anyway. They're gone now. The Magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured. And maybe they're waiting for me back at home. But you didn't die. Guess I am, but it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary. There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see.
Okay. Bowstring. More money. Flower pot. Okay, so I can't go that direction. And up this way is where the sneaking thing was necessary, so... Oh, the red stuff are their cones of
Those
vision.
are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they've made it to shore.
Okay, actually there's only 2 of them, and I should probably just go ahead and kill the damn things. Damn it. There. Yeah, attack the damn thing. And down it goes.
I know. I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay.
Oh shit. On fire. I'm on fire. Ah, I'm on fire. Okay, you can put me out now. Other scraps. Can I stop burning now, please? There we go. Jesus. Nothing on that.
Drowned
Magister
and eaten
Jalen.
by a void woken. I wonder in which order.
Barrel, nothing in it. Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything else around here. Okay. Another shell. I don't know why I feel compelled to open these shells, but... Word of advice to the badly armed. Tie your knife or shiv if that's all you have to a stick or a branch. Now you've got a sword of sorts. 2 new recipes. Oh. Oh, hello.
Look here, Quercus. Another giant. My word, this blasted isle is teeming with them. What's that? Yes, I did see how it made short work of the great acorn servants. Quite right, very impressive. But that is no reason to trust it. Giants like that destroyed our forests. They are the very reason the great acorn is returning in all its wrath. What? Dear me, have you taken leave of all 6 of your senses? You would have me use this giant for a shield? Why would I... Oh, I see. You cunning devil, Quercus. Of course, if it defeated the great acorn's vile servants, it can do so again. We need only follow in its big, wide shadow and be safe. Egads! It speaks our tongue, Quercus! Hush before... What do you mean a good time for introductions? You know full well who I am, you silly old cat. The great Salora, grandest of the... Oh, introduce myself to the giant. I shall do no such thing. You give away your trust too easily, my dear steed.
Yes, this is Sir Laura the friggin' squirrel and his undead cat mount. This is that companion that I was talking about earlier. I had to buy this for, I think it was $3, basically. It sounded funny when I read the description, so I'm like, yeah, why not?
No, we will have the giant march. In time, we'll see whether it deserves our confidence. Now, onwards! Shield! Venture forth, post-haste. The great acorn waits for no one.
Okay, yes. So he is now following us. Another shell. Oh. A sharp rock. Probably turn that into something, some kind of weapon. Oh, I got wet.
You spot a strange lizard, gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red color. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hole.
Yes.
You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Hmm.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we?
Yeah.
Nevertheless, one good turn does deserve another, so as far as the whole slave business is concerned, let's just forget about it. You may as well have your freedom.
Yeah.
Now then, if there's nothing further... I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing out over the waves.
He sighs
Yeah,
dramatically.
but why?
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
Kraken-infested wasteland you never want to go near again.
Touché.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. Of course, it's rather specific. Quite obviously, I'm musing over the very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am?
Nobody knows who you are. Shake your head, you've no idea who he is. He's that famous king. Every blue blood knows the Red Prince. Oh.
The very same. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer, the Spouse of the Sun. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment.
Yeah.
The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
You two have this, that to sort out here.
Truly. A kind offer indeed. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship, after all. Fine, I accept.
Okay.
On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. One of the mystics of my kind.
Okay.
I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. Jolly good. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you?
Someone with a little muscle. Ask if he has any martial experience. Dexterous arts. Fighter sounds perfect.
Very well.
Yeah, sure.
Onwards then to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, my lord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings.
I'm already carrying plenty.
Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
Sure. Switching party members. Oh, left trigger. Okay. Well then. Going this way just gets us back that way. Oh. May as well take all of these mushrooms. They'll come in handy. Now.
A black cat. Some would see this as an omen.
It seems we are not the only ones taking on strays.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity.
What? How did I get... Hey, stop following me. What? No, that can't be. I can't... Hey, stop following me. Huh? Yeah, fine. I'm fine. I'm not sure. It's all a little foggy.
Sounds drunk.
The cat opens his mouth as if to speak, but his eyes lose focus, and with a jerk he turns away from you.
Okay.
I've spotted something.
Wits. Something hidden has been revealed. The higher your wits, the more likely you are to reveal traps and secrets. Oh.
Here lies a nameless inmate. May he find the peace denied him in life in the Hall of Echoes.
I don't have the right tool for digging.
Ah, right. Or if you are a lizard.
One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
A zombie. Delay turn. Freshly buried corpse. There. Nothing on its corpse. Okay. And I leveled up, so go into character. Go through all tabs and spend available points to become more powerful. Okay. Attributes. Panel shows primary stats on the left, secondary stats on the right. Primary stats have a don't let me read stuff or anything. Vitality 92, action points. I have 2 attribute points. Oops. 1 in memory, 1 in constitution. Yes. Ability points. Defense. Got pyrokinetic. Warfare. Single-handed. Ability points. Sneaking, thievery. Let's get thievery because I'm sure that'll... I don't have any talent points. And I can't change my tags. So it looks like I got everything. Yes. The Red Prince. Escape from Fort Joy. Find someone to help you remove your source collar. I need help with moving. Chronicles. And 2 on the shore near Fort Joy. Was it luck or divine intervention that saved me? Dope. Crafting. This black cat is following me. What the hell? Okay, well there's nothing really I can do with that, I guess. Oh, and this is where I found the Red Prince. Okay. Okay, we got another character over here.
Hey,
It's another one of the kids.
It's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh? I'm sure glad some of the others made it out alive too. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say hi for me.
Okay.
1, 2, long dead of the crew. 3, 4, pretty shells on the shore.
The kid's picking up shells too. Tongs. Got some more people up here. story following. Can't follow you through dangerous surfaces or other obstacles. Clear the way. I'll follow you again. Brother Buyer.
Greetings, child. I find myself in your so-called divine lands, yet I feel his absence deep in my heart all the same. You may feel like an inmate here, but you and your captors are the same stuff, in race and customs, if not heart. You'll see what a difference that can make.
Okay.
Looky, looky here, mates. A fresh face. We love fresh faces, don't we? Oh, yes, we do. Why don't you join us in a round of cards? First hands on the house.
No thanks.
No problem, Freshie. In that case, enjoy your stay. But I'll be needing to collect your interment fee first, of course. Chuff to you, Chief. Here are your cards. You're up first.
I've got cards.
You glance at your hand. 2 purple monarchs. A hard hand to beat.
Quite the hand, Freshie. Unfortunately, 2 is less than 5, and that's how many purples I've got. I reckon that makes me the winner. I'll be having your fee then. I'm sure the Reds told you. No one gets along without paying the interment fee. So, let's make this easy. Empty your pockets. Well, you've heard of it now, ain't ya? Go on then, Freshie. Turn 'em out. Go on then. Whatever pennies you've got in your pocket ain't worth my breath. But don't you go telling Griff I was soft on you.
Yeah, whatever.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come!
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Stay silent, you!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done here.
What a
And
waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
so they just killed.
He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
Find the dissident magisters. Someone in Fort Joy must know of a way out. Okay. Well, this is, odd. Oh, yarrow flower, thank you. That's going to be important. Oh. Crafting. Tongs. Well, these keys probably ain't gonna do me much good now, considering they're just, you know, for a friggin' ship that sank and got torn to pieces. Oh, quick save.
Did you see him? You did, right? Those claws. Wonder what's behind the masks, too. Can't be pretty. The Geists, dummy. The Hammer and Alexander had 2 in tow just a moment ago.
Oh.
Ugh. Thought you lot would be interested in a thing like that. Ah, no reason. Settle in, eh? The Magister will come and find you when they're ready for you. Could be a while, though. High Priest is up to his hood and sinners these days.
Saw him, didn't you? The Hammer and Alexander. They gave that scaly traitor what for, they did. "'Tis a misfortune, brother. You lot can't help your condition, but at least the humans of you ain't celebrating the Source Plague." "Bishop's the son of the dead divine. Don't know when we'll get a new one, but Alexander's looking after us in the meantime all the same. And the Hammer's a solid sort. Don't take no guff and don't stand for no idling. Earned that name for a reason, she did."
Okay.
Did you see them, sir? Bishop Alexander and the Hammer herself, they were so close, almost within arm's reach. A traitor cannot be murdered. A traitor can only receive their due. The Divine Order's all that stands between everything you see and a Void Woken's throat. Any traitor to them is a traitor to us all. Believe it or don't. The Divine Order doesn't need our loyalty. They'll save us in spite of ourselves.
Right, so this guy's just an idiot.
I find I need bread. I want no trouble.
Bread or brisket, toes the same.
Okay,
Your
there's...
grift teaches you to bully others. Pathetic.
You keep his name out of your mouth, you filthy cud chewer.
This is not your business, Long Pig.
Long
Don't
pig?
let this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a cheapskate like this one. Griff already knows she don't like to pay her fair share.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the way here.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff, especially not one of you. Everyone in camp's got to contribute. For food, for protection, no exceptions. Especially not for elves. Griff's orders.
Food? Protection? I have neither.
Runs the kitchen. Means he runs me, you, and everyone else in camp.
Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your combined threat.
Ah, get out of here. The both of you. You ain't worth the sweat of my brow anyhow.
The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
Okay. Crime and punishment. Okay. A cave.
Ah, a little reprieve from the din outside.
Wait, I call a timeout.
Thank you for your help with that, thug. Rare is the human who goes against their own for an elf.
Well.
She bows.
In this cave, we trust the healer. She is young, but she sees. She knows more than we know. In the camp, the brute Griff rules. He who gives the bread has the power. I hear of no escapes. The only way out is through. Through the Magisters, through their cure. Thugs I can stand, but I fear the Magisters.
Okay.
It gives me great pain. I'm with my family. We are making beautiful magic. We are healing a tree cut down with great violence. The Magisters come. My family runs, but I fall. My son looks back. I shout to him to run. I am taken. Wait, before you go. I am not here without your help. I do not forget this. For you, a prize. I save it for a special occasion, but I can think of no finer occasion than this. Thank you.
Choose your reward. Shank, a toy crossbow. Scale armor. Robe. Oh, I'm over encumbered now. I got a friggin' severed head for some reason. I can make a fuse out of 2 ropes, which... What? Whisper boy. Oops. Combine the bucket with... There's supposed to be... mushroom, the yarrow flower. Yarrow flower seedling. There we go. We got a bucket with water in it. Sharp rock. Okay, well, geez. Okay. Okay, well, I need to get some stuff put on the other guy, so... oh, man. Dang, Jesus.
I feel him, but I do not see him.
There we go. So I guess it's a certain type of bucket. These ones here work for what I want to do. But the ones I was trying, which are these, even though they're still just buckets, I don't get what the difference would be.
Whoever kills the other is the boss. You're cheating. But I do not see him. Wait, I call a timeout. I know they help.
There.
You're too slow. I magically
Probably a bad place
I feel him, but I
to do this. There.
I magic you, you're dead. I'll stab you right in the eye. You can't get me.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. We've got 3 yarrow flowers now. Clay-filled bucket.
I'll stab you right in the eye. You can't get me.
Happy home for a plant. And the whisper wood.
I magic you, you're dead. I know they help.
Where did the stupid other plants go? The yarrow flowers.
You're cheating.
Oh, there we go.
I feel him, but I do not see him. Whoever kills the other is the boss. Shua, shua, shua. Got you. You're too slow. You're cheating.
Okay, well, Jesus, this is just not going very well. I'm trying to figure out.
You can't get me. I feel him, but I do not see him.
Oh. You know, that's actually an interesting thought. He has a knife on a stick, 4 to 5 physical.
I feel him. You're cheating. You're cheating.
Let's give him that hatchet.
Got you. I got you. Wait, I call a timeout.
He's also got a makeshift shield.
Got you. I got you. Shua, shua, shua. Got you. Him, but I do not see him.
There. Well, that at least lets us move on to things.
You're cheating.
cheese bread.
Got you.
To your thighs, but it's worth every reading. Yeah, sure, anyways.
I know they help.
The box.
Whoever kills the other is the boss. I've magic you, you're dead.
Wait. That thing was taking up like 50 pounds.
The young girl's eyes are covered, but she turns towards you when you approach. She smiles as though she recognizes you, though she couldn't have seen your face.
Ah, hello. I see you come a long way. I see you come here seeking a great adventure. Do you find it? I see it before my eyes.
Yeah, okay.
It is not so bad. I know which days have bread and which days have none. I know more bread comes someday. It helps.
Her eyebrows shoot up.
There can be a way. Amiro knows. But he is gone. Do you see him? He knows how to leave. My protector, my friend, an elf like me, with a spirit bright as new leaves. He tries to help me, to save me, and he suffers very much. He is caught by those who hurt him. I wish so much for his return. And he tells you what you seek, a way out. You bring me great peace. Thank you, my friend. I miss him very much. I see something that helps. I see a lizard. He is a lizard of many dreams, of far feeling. You do not free Amiro without him. Yes, please ask. Oh, I do not cover my eyes. I cover the place they used to be. They are gone now, taken, but I see all the same. He is a very blind man. He sees things but not truth, not love or joy. I feel very sorry for him. You understand when you meet him, after you escape. It is safer here. We make no trouble for Griff. He makes no trouble for us. My home is far. Your language gives me some trouble. We elves... Time, for us, is now. There is not then and when. I knew we must be here. I am not sure how much to explain. You are here, and so we are here.
Okie doke. That's it. So...
I feel him, but I do not see him.
Well... Okay, so I've been playing for quite a while, and it's probably time for me to stop. New save. It's nice that they at least give you the option of naming your save file, because that's definitely handy. That works for me. Okay, so it's still saving. I'm going to go ahead and quit for right now. as you saw with me planting those plants in the buckets, that becomes a very useful trick, essentially. The more buckets you have... See, I don't know if this has been patched, but this is actually kind of an exploit in the game. Again, I don't know if this was patched. There used to be a exploit where you could just keep planting more and more of these different seedlings and things like that in these buckets. You put plants in the buckets, and then you put the bucket on the ground, and it'll grow the plant that you plant. Basic gardening stuff. But there used to be a duplication glitch where every time you would do this little trick, you'd get extra buckets that you weren't supposed to. So you could keep essentially duplicating buckets, so you could keep putting more and more of the plants down to end up with more and more of these plants. And there's lots of different plants in the game that you can plant in these buckets, and some of them are worth more than others. And you can basically grow these plants and then sell the grown plants and make money, and you can just make tons and tons and tons of money. Again, I don't know if the duplication bug was fixed, but even if it has been fixed, it doesn't matter because I've got a bunch of buckets. I can keep planting these plants, and it seems like you get more than one of the plant back every time you harvest it after it's grown. It seems like you get 2 or 3, although I'm not entirely sure. But I will look into that and see how many with the plants I can grow and make some money, and I've got plenty of other stuff that I can sell, and I need to get my inventory sorted so I can stop having all these things loose. I've got all these bags that I can hold. It doesn't increase your carrying capacity. It's just a way of organizing things. So you don't just have everything all out and loose. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and quit, and then I will... well, I'm going to go ahead and quit for now. I will play at some other point. I may end up doing some things. Probably just plant growing to get some money so I can get myself some better weapons and armor for me and my party. And we'll continue on from there. But either way, that's going to be it for this video. I've only gone for over 3 hours now. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I know it's mostly been kind of boring beginning, tutorial and stuff like that kind of things. But hopefully you've enjoyed nonetheless. But thank you for watching. Join us next time for more, and I will be seeing you next time for that. So thank you all, and good night.